What's going on, guys? In this video we're going to be discussing what in my opinion is one of the best high-end luxury niche fresh fragrances for the warmer weather. It's invigorating, it's bright, fresh, and inviting. It's easygoing but still refined at the same time, and it has really good performance. And we're going to be discussing all of the facets of the lovely Wūlóng cha from Nishane. Stay tuned. Moving into this scent. So at the top, you're going to be hit with a litany of citruses. Nothing in particular really jumps out at me individually as far as these citruses are concerned. I don't specifically get bergamot. I don't specifically get orange, mandarin orange, or tangerine, or any of these citrus notes. It just has this bright, juicy, watery type of citrus, and it's a medley. It just has this distinctive blend of watery citrus at the top. I do get a little hit of the fig that's in the base as these citruses kind of settle down, because the first opening blast is so bright and full of watery citrus, but after just a couple of minutes and it starts to calm down, the citruses aren't gone yet, but it starts to calm down. Some of that brightness tones back just a tad, and this juicy, soapy fig comes in. So the entire top of this fragrance is very juicy, very watery, super duper fresh. This is, for not having watery notes, it has a watery, almost an aquatic feel, but I still wouldn't classify it as an aquatic fragrance, though I will say it's got a dominating watery feel to it. Again, because of the citruses and the juiciness of this soapy fig note that you do get from start, almost completely at the start, all the way down to the finish. As it starts to settle down and these citruses calm down, there's this nice, calming, soothing herbal tea. It's an oolong tea note. I've never drank oolong tea, but it does have a distinctive herbal green feel to the fragrance once these citruses calm down. And the nutmeg never really jumps out at me. I don't really get any spices. It doesn't really dry the fragrance out. Typically, when I come across nutmeg, when it's very detectable in a fragrance, it either has a dry, woody smell, a heavy dose of spice, or a combination of both. I don't really get either of those here. So I think the nutmeg is just, the way it's blended, it's just a supporting character in there somewhere that I don't distinctively pick up when spraying in the air or smelling directly off of my skin. And as it settles down into the dry down, what you see in the base notes is pretty much exactly what it smells like once the citruses burn off, is clean musk and that juicy fig note. There's no dominating wood notes here. If there is any sort of a woody feel, I'm sure some people can get a little bit of a woody facet. I don't really get much of a woody facet. I would assume that would be attributed to the nutmeg, because like I said, sometimes it can give off a dry wood shop type of smell, And I don't really get any of that from this, but it's most notably bright watery citrus, soothing herbal tea, and juicy soapy fig with some clean musk. That's pretty much the easiest way to describe this. Not the deepest and most complex of fragrances, but when it comes to quality freshies, this is one of the best you can spend your money on. Now, in regards to performance, it's no slouch. It's so bright, so fresh, so uplifting, and ozonic and aromatic for not having a bunch of aromatics. It has an aromatic quality to it. The projection's very heavy. Now, it is an extrait de parfum. I'm not sure exactly what the oil concentration is. That could be anywhere from 25% on up. I would assume somewhere closer to 30% probably, but it doesn't really lose any of the freshness. So it's able to really get a lot of that bright, fresh citrus type of projection because there's a lot of citrus eau de toilettes that'll give you that heavy projection. Longevity seems to fall in the 8 to 10 hour range every time I wear it. The 10-hour latter portion of that range is typically I take a shower at that point. So I haven't really got to experience this fragrance moving into the next morning because I don't really wear it in the evenings. This is a great daytime scent for me. So it's not something I pull out after the shower that I take every evening. So I don't, wake up with it the next day to see if it's still there kind of thing to where I could gauge it past beyond 10 hours really. So 8 to 10 hours, safe bet. Every time I've ever worn this fragrance, I've had it for some time. I get 8 to 10 hours of longevity. And like I said, projection, more on the heavy side in the first 30 minutes, and then all the way up to about the 2-hour mark, it's kind of average. Arm's reach type of stuff, like you would expect. It's not a mega beast in projection. It's not a mega beast in longevity, but it's definitely very good and above average across the board. The sillage here is more in that moderate to mild side where it's not real strong, but it's not real weak. Because of the airy nature to the fragrance, you will get light whiffs on yourself all throughout the lifespan of the fragrance. It will constantly remind you that it is there, and you don't have to pass shoulder to shoulder by somebody for them to smell you when you walk by. As long as they're breathing through their nose and you're within a couple of feet, more times than not, they'll probably be able to smell you. Will they be compelled to tell you you smell nice? Who knows? You never know when that will or will not happen, but it's definitely extremely pleasant, super mass appealing, very high quality, and the performance really makes this scent profile shine. Final thoughts on Wūlóng Cha from Nishane. I think this is an excellent fragrance. One of the highlights of the house. Now, admittedly, I haven't tried all of them. I do have 5 full bottles and a few samples of ones that I haven't even tried yet, actually, as far as the samples. I have this, I have B612, I have Hachivat, I have Ani, and I have Fan Your Flames. So I have some of the highlights from the house for sure. And when it comes to the freshest and most inviting and enjoyable of the ones I have, that's definitely this one. And look, Fan Your Flames and Ani are absolute stunners. They're stunning, remarkable, intoxicating fragrances. But this is just such a fantastic, enjoyable, easygoing, everyday type of scent. This is definitely an 8.5 out of 10 type of fragrance. Like I said, it's great. It's a great fragrance, bordering phenomenal and outstanding. Technically, I guess it could have went to a 9, but there's no real uniqueness to it as far as putting it into that 9 out of 10 category. But 8.5 out of 10, I mean, I don't dole out a ton of 8.5 out of 10s. It's a phenomenal fragrance. It really is. Definitely sample worthy. It is blind buy safe if you're looking for just a mega fresh luxury fragrance. This is one of the better fresh citrus fragrances out there. Admittedly, you do have to like fig. If you don't like fig in a fragrance, you won't like this, because that is what this fragrance is based around, is fig and oolong tea is the core of this scent. The citruses, though very dominant at first, are just a supporting player, as is the nutmeg and the musk. Like I said, it's all about the oolong tea and the fig. If you don't like either of those, you won't like this. But if you do like those, this is one of the best on the market. Well, that's my thoughts and feelings on Wūlóng Cha from Nishane. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have this and or have tried it? If you have tried it, what do you think about it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you loathe it? All fair in love and war when it comes to fragrances. Not everybody's going to feel 8.5 out of 10 about this fragrance like I do. Some people will feel 2 or 3. Some people are going to feel 10 out of 10. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Wūlóng Cha from Nishane and you give it a spray now, Very confident you'll thank me later because it's a damn good niche fragrance. Have a good one, guys.